Good morning. Usually I hop on and do my get ready with me mostly using all the cream products because obviously they can stay all day. But sometimes um, during summer or the day you don't care about whether it stays all day or not, or you want a quick get ready, powders are really the go-to. And today I'm going to make a look, the entire look using powders. So Senescence powders are like what is it like? It's very finely milled, and that way it is like literally one molecule away from being a liquid. So that's how finely milled it is, and it's not only a powder; it comes with benefits. That's where it stands out because we all want some benefits, right? Today I also wanted to talk about my I wanted to talk about my food preparation as well, because that's something I get questions since I that's what I try to do on my weekends, and it really helps my weekdays. So many times people will ask me on how you will come up with or how you try to do everything one day. I know many of my friends, part of food prep, they just cut and keep it. For me, why it doesn't work is since my work, I like to do my videos and everything during morning, and sometimes my pleating classes happens in the afternoon. So that way a pleating class can even last up to 3 hours, and anybody who creates content will know how long it takes. I'm going to use the glowify before the powder anyway, because this is again going to be hydrating underneath the powder. And here I'm using the champagne. There is no limit on how much you want to use. You can use as little or as much you can. And when it comes to powder, people may not realize that even our powder comes with so much benefits. For example, it has something called kaolin clay. Whoever have used the old detox mask, which I still have in stock, I have to show you that, because the old detox mask used to have the kaolin clay. What it does is, here I'm using the medium powder to all over. So what it does is, it's going to absorb all the oils, and at the same time the kaolin clay. So that way, if you are someone who sweat a lot, even underneath your foundation or CCTM, you can still use that. Okay, coming back to my food preparation. Like I said, by the time I finish my videos, if I'm starting around 9:30, or some days when I come back from gym where I have to start around little bit later, it's going to be like what is it like, the clock is ticking kind of. So I feel like, oh my god, I have to finish before, and I'm going to use the Glistening Plum as my eyeshadow for today. If you have never used a blush, Senescence blush as your eyeshadow, you're missing out. Like, I mean, Senescence powders are so good that literally it's like such a quick, and this color is to dye for, it looks so good, and it's like effortless eye makeup. So for me, what happens is I will try to skip it. For example, skip it in the sense, think of this way, like your food is like your must have list, right? So at least when my son is at home, and my husband, sometimes if he has like meetings and other things, mostly we stick to 12 o'clock lunch. So 12 o'clock seems like so quick when I start to do my videos or reels, or even Fridays, if you know, I try to do my what is that like, do my get ready sari, and then I try to call my parents, my in-laws, sometimes my sister and sister-in-law, If you want it light, you can leave it as that, but I'm going to do one more layer of it. Always touch a little bit. I'm just tapping the excess, and I'm just going to go over the lid and just press it for it to show up. You can see it's like such a beautiful shade. So in those cases, I feel like, and I don't, these days I try to limit grabbing outside, particularly from the fast foods. I'm not saying I don't eat fast foods. I enjoy fast foods like everyone else, but traveling to fast foods or anywhere is my problem. For example, even if it is as close to your house, it's going to take another 20 minutes to go order and come back. Like, I don't think anyone can come within 15 minutes from all these things. In that case, it's not cooked. So in that case, I hate when I have to travel too far or grab from a place where I'm just getting it because I ran out of time, or just to do it. Like if it is planned, or if it is already I have in mind that I'm going to do, then I'm completely fine with it. But if it happens like last minute, most of the time I'll be like, why didn't I plan it? Like, I mean, I should have known that my video for the day is going to be longer. So I get disappointed myself, and just to avoid that, I started this. And I'm going to finish my eyes with a pencil and mascara and come back. So I finished the eyes. I just simply went with a black brown mascara. Do you know, if you are like little worried that you never wore mascara, or if you're just getting started with it, you can start with black brown. That way it is not prominent. I'm using the deep for contouring, so I'm just going to press it against here. You can do bronze dust as well if you're someone who likes bronzing. I am more on the matte side person, so I like it to have the deep. That way, since I use medium for my everyday thing, using this deep helps me to have a darker one for contouring. And yeah, like I was saying, what happens is when I being a vegetarian, that too, being a vegetarian, you sometimes end up eating the same meal, whether it's your special day, or whether you are what do you say, like normal day like this, where you just want to grab something. And I have been to even for eyes, if you want a very light one, you can always use the silver rose, which is like a pink with more shimmer to it. You can even do half of it and just use this as an outer corner, or I can even use the deep now to contour outside. Like, there are so many possibilities just with these. And it comes with, again, antioxidant benefits. Like, I know I keep talking about how antioxidant is going to be more helpful to protect your skin against free radicals. So here I'm using peach flush as my blush for today. Anyone knows that summer you always tend to these beautiful corally vibe kind of colors, and you can see it's like it'll blend so well with our skin. And it's like, these are like your beginner friendly ones. You cannot go wrong with this. Like, you can do as light or as bright as you want. That way it is like it's for perfect for the day you want, like that light finish. But at the same time, when I post the before and after, you can see how much it can make the difference by just doing powder. Now to the star of the show, which is the translucent. People sometimes get confused on how you're going to use it. Here, what I like to do is, you can use it in 2-3 ways. Either you can use wherever you want to blur out any fine lines, like pores, all those kind of stuff. I like to use it more like highlighting. So I like to use it on all my high places wherever I want that blurring effect as well as the absorption. It's like so lightweight and it's colorless, and that way it's like it's gives that they call it filter like finish. That's what you are looking for. So I like to do underneath where we contoured. And how many of you have seen about all the how many times it happens like you end up going to like a Costco or any place and buy groceries, and after coming home you are tired and just to keep it in the refrigerator, and you end up going out to eat. That's what I'm talking about, because sometimes we buy so much thinking that, oh, we do this week, and particularly my husband gets plantain and all. If it skips the first day, by third day it's all gone. So that's also a reason for my meal prep. I'll be like, sometimes you end up wasting so much vegetables thinking that you will cook later part of the week. You can always fill it in with a lighter shade as well to give that ombre look, but today I'm going to go with the same one. So that's the reason I get so annoyed after buying. Like, you spend so much hour going to the groceries, you spend so much time just to keep it in the refrigerator, and then you end up going out, eating out, and then you waste it. So I have been there, I have done it so many years, and then I'm like, this is not working. That too, now that fleeting business also is full swing. Some days it's like back to back. I'll have classes, I'll have custom. Think whenever you're doing a darker shade, the key to doing without any patches is leaving it as much time in between so that you can clearly see how it is, because you don't want to apply when it is not dry. Then you are going to take it off and it easily the patch will be seen. You can do even any gloss on top of it. Like, I can do rosewood, or I can do a mystic berry. It depends on how you want. So that's the reason I started doing it. And I cook and I plan, like, when I buy vegetable, obviously I buy whichever is in season so that you get very fresh one, and it saves you so much money. Now with inflation, that's one of the key steps to do to save. I always tell my husband, end of day we all work so hard for the food. That is one of the reason too, right? Mainly how much we feed healthy to the family, or how much it helps to nourish ourselves. So I feel like the one day, hardly it may take like, I would say 3 hours. Someday when it is like complicated recipe, it is going to be maximum. I would say I have always stick to 3. It can be anywhere from 2 to 3, and we finish cleaning up everything because my husband parallelly can do, and that way it is like the 3 hours helps me the whole week to concentrate more on my work, to plan content, to plan trainings, or even I have to learn. It's not that I just have to be producing content. I have to learn myself. It can be personal growth, or it can be my emotional growth. It can be a Senegence training. It can be of anything. It is like, as long as you keep yourself updated, you definitely grow. And if If you have been following me more than 2 years, then you know there used to be time when I used to have all these contents are 90% like mostly comes from ourselves. We create our own content. So my schedule used to be like Mondays mostly I concentrate on first impressions or something related to lip. Tuesdays will be more on how I share the science behind the product, on detailed description about one particular product. Wednesdays I used to go live, create a get ready with me. Thursdays I mostly create a complete eye look using shadow sense or anything. It can be like even using a blush to use as an eye color, or how to use a concealer as your eye color. So it's mostly related to eyes. And Friday used to be the whole sari day live. So it not only helps me to serve you, but at the same time I have to be a learner as well. That's when I can create more new contents, like instead of doing the same thing. And obviously the social medias keeps us on toes, because we have to learn what is new on trend, or what are the current trends that's going on. Or for example, if it is Navratri, I always plan my content ahead on how the colors are going to be, or what colors you can use. I have always tried the day morning itself. That way if you are getting ready in the evening, you will already have an idea on how you can play with that. And I have to be connected with my customers as well, right? Like, because I have to do the follow-up, I have to also know how everything is, because sometimes people will get the product but they will be shy to ask me on how to use it. So that way, when I ping them, they'll be like, yeah, I have struggling this point. So then I will ask them to share a video, or I will share a video. So it's like so much goes behind a business. So nothing comes overnight, and nothing can be done in one day. It's a process, and it's like it's a thing that you need to keep doing again and again. That way it feels the passion that's inside you is still alive. I always feel when I started, people always ask me like, anyway, you don't know much about your skin, you don't know much about makeup, in how will you, and even doesn't know much about what is it, like running a business, or anything about social media until then. But I feel like it's same to any job. When you are joining an IT or something, you never know what's going to happen in 10 years, right? You are not prepared. You are learning as it goes and as it evolves. It's the same with this again. My job was, if I meet someone who was like me 5 years back, who never touched skincare, or who never had a makeup routine, all those kind of stuff, then it gives me happiness to be like, yeah, I am here to handhold you and teach you all these things I have learned through this journey. And when they come back and say that, oh my God, I really enjoy learning from you, and also I practiced it, and when I went to the something, like when the day I got ready, I really enjoyed it, and it gave me confidence. Even in a Zoom call, that all it matters. Like, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. I always say my videos are always beginner friendly, because those are the people I really want to help with. Because when I struggled for my skin, I wish someone have told me that, oh, you are having an acne, you should go to the dermatologist. Because I was thinking it's the pimple, and I never knew the difference between an acne versus this. And even for discoloration, or even for exfoliating, anything, all these are like new terms that I started learning. But once I learned, I feel like it made me more confident on my skincare as well. If you see, even just with powder, your skin can still glow. Your skin doesn't need cover up. I'm a believer of not covering, instead showing up